After 60, your body starts repairing itself. More slowly, here's how to help it naturally. The breakfast mistake that slows your body's repair system before the break. We talked about something many people don't realize. Your body never actually stops repairing itself. It simply becomes less efficient with age. Think of it like an experienced construction crew. The workers still know exactly what they're doing, but now there are fewer workers, fewer supplies, and the deliveries don't arrive as quickly as they once did. So the question becomes, on what can we do to help that repair crew? The answer begins every single morning, not with a supplement, not with an expensive gadget, but with breakfast. Habit number 6, stop starting your day with sugar. Let me ask you something. When you wake up, what's the very first thing your body asks for? Most people think it's coffee. Some think it's carbohydrates. Others believe it's sugar for energy. But your body is actually asking a much simpler question. Do I have the nutrients I need to repair today? Unfortunately, many breakfasts answer that question with no. Imagine 2 different mornings. Morning 1, a sweet pastry, orange juice, sweetened coffee. By 10 o'clock, you're hungry again. You feel sluggish. You're reaching for another snack. Now compare that with morning 2, scrambled eggs, Greek yogurt, fresh berries, a handful of walnuts, whole grain toast. The second breakfast doesn't just provide calories, it provides protein, healthy fats, fiber, vitamins, minerals, everything your body can use to maintain muscles, skin, bones, and countless other tissues. It's like the difference between filling your car with premium fuel or pouring in sugar water and hoping for the best. Why protein matters more after 60? Here's something that surprises many of my patients. After the age of about 60, your body actually becomes less responsive to protein. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. Now, don't let the name intimidate you. Imagine someone knocking on your front door. When you were younger, one gentle knock, and you answered immediately. Now imagine you've become hard of hearing. The visitor has to knock louder before you hear them. Your muscles work in a similar way. The signal that says, build, repair, recover, becomes quieter with age. That doesn't mean your body can't rebuild. It simply means it needs a stronger signal. One of the best ways to provide that signal is by including enough high-quality protein throughout the day, especially at breakfast. A story I'll never forget. Margaret was 74. Every appointment began exactly the same way. She'd smile, then apologize. "Doctor, I'm just getting old." She believed feeling weaker was simply part of life. When we looked at her daily meals, breakfast was usually tea and toast. Lunch was often biscuits. Dinner wasn't much larger. She wasn't eating badly. She simply wasn't eating enough protein. With guidance from her healthcare team, she gradually changed her routine. Some mornings she had eggs. Other mornings, Greek yogurt with berries. Sometimes cottage cheese and fruit. Nothing dramatic. 3 months later, she walked into my office smiling. "Doctor, I carried my own groceries today." Not because of one breakfast, because of hundreds of better breakfasts. That's how healthy aging happens. One ordinary decision, repeated consistently. The muscle-skin connection. Now here's something most people never connect. Muscle and skin have far more in common than you think. They're both constantly rebuilding. They're both made largely from proteins, and both rely on the same nutritional foundation. When people tell me, "Doctor, I only care about my wrinkles," I gently remind them, healthy skin is wonderful. But preserving your muscles may be even more important. Strong muscles help you walk confidently, climb stairs, carry groceries, prevent falls, remain independent, and perhaps most importantly, continue doing the things you love. So every protein-rich breakfast isn't just feeding your appearance, it's investing in your future independence. Habit number 5, feed your cells, their favorite vitamin. Now let's talk about another important player, vitamin C. Most people associate vitamin C with immune health, but inside your body, it has another remarkable job. Imagine you're building a suspension bridge. The steel cables have arrived, the workers are ready, everything is in place, but someone forgot the bolts that hold everything together. That's very similar to collagen without enough vitamin C. Vitamin C helps your body carry out the chemical steps involved in forming strong collagen. Without adequate vitamin C, those processes don't work as efficiently. Fortunately, nature gives us plenty of delicious options. Bell peppers, kiwi, oranges, strawberries, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, tomatoes, even potatoes contribute some vitamin C. Notice something? These foods don't only provide one vitamin, they're packed with hundreds of naturally occurring plant compounds working together. That's one reason I always encourage eating the whole food whenever possible. Here's a challenge I'd like you to try this week. Every day, look at your plate. Ask yourself one simple question: how many natural colors do I see? If your plate is mostly white or beige, you probably have room for improvement. Try adding something green, something red, something orange, something purple. Small changes, repeated every day. Over months, they become habits. Over years, they become health. Before we continue, I'd love to know something about you. What do you usually eat for breakfast? Do you enjoy eggs, oatmeal, fruit, toast, or do you sometimes skip breakfast altogether? Tell me in the comments below. I read your comments every day, and many of your questions inspire future videos. And if you're finding this information helpful so far, please take a second to like this video. It really helps YouTube recommend these videos to more adults over 60 who are looking for trustworthy health advice. Now, here's where the story becomes even more interesting. Even if you're drinking enough water, eating enough protein, and getting plenty of vitamins, there's still something quietly working against your body's repair system. It's invisible. You can't feel it. Most people don't even know it's happening. Yet scientists now believe it plays a major role in why our muscles weaken, our skin becomes thinner, our joints become stiffer, and our energy declines as we age. In the next part, we're going to uncover what researchers call the silent fire of aging, and more importantly, the everyday habits that may help your body keep it under better control. Before the break, we talked about giving your body the raw materials it needs to repair itself: water, protein, vitamin C, colorful fruits, and vegetables. Those are all essential. But imagine hiring the best construction crew in the country, giving them unlimited supplies, the finest tools, the perfect blueprint, only to discover someone is quietly damaging the building every single night. No matter how hard the workers try, they can never quite catch up. That's exactly what's happening inside many bodies after the age of 60, not because they're broken, but because something invisible is slowly working against the repair process. Scientists call it chronic low-grade inflammation. I call it the silent fire, because unlike a blazing house fire, this one doesn't make headlines. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't usually announce itself. It simply burns quietly, year after year, until one day you begin noticing the consequences. Habit number 4: put out the silent fire before it burns through your health. Let me explain this in the simplest way possible. Imagine you accidentally scrape your knee while gardening. Within minutes, your immune system rushes to the scene. Cells arrive, chemicals are released. The area becomes warm and slightly swollen. That's inflammation. And in that situation, it's a wonderful thing. It's your body's emergency repair team. Once the wound heals, the emergency crew packs up and leaves. Problem solved. Now imagine those emergency workers never leave. Every day, they continue working, hammering, digging, breaking things apart, even when there's nothing left to repair. That's closer to what chronic low-grade inflammation looks like. It's not the dramatic inflammation you notice after an injury. It's subtle, persistent, and over time, it may contribute to many aspects of aging, including reduced muscle function, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, and changes in skin structure. It doesn't mean inflammation is bad. Without inflammation, we couldn't heal. The goal isn't to eliminate it. The goal is to help your body keep it balanced. The foods that quietly add fuel. Many everyday foods can fit into a healthy diet, but when highly processed foods dominate most meals, they often crowd out the nutrient-rich foods your body relies on for repair. Think about a typical convenience meal: sugary drinks, packaged snacks, deep-fried foods, pastries, processed meats eaten in excess. These foods are easy, convenient, and perfectly fine as occasional treats. But when they become the foundation of your diet, your body receives plenty of calories, yet very few of the vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants it needs to repair itself efficiently. It's like trying to build a house using cardboard instead of bricks. The structure may stand for a while, but it's not built to last. Maria's story. Maria was 71. She came to my clinic complaining about stiff joints and constant fatigue. She assumed arthritis was the only explanation. When we talked about her daily routine, something stood out. Breakfast was often packaged pastries. Lunch was fast food. Dinner was whatever was easiest to microwave. She wasn't lazy. She was caring for her husband full time and simply didn't have the energy to cook. Together, we focused on one goal, not perfection, just replacing one processed meal each day with something made from whole foods, a simple vegetable soup, grilled fish, beans, fresh fruit, whole grains. 3 months later, she told me, "Doctor, my knees still remind me I'm 71, but I don't feel exhausted anymore." That sentence says everything. Healthy aging isn't about becoming 25 again, it's about feeling better than you did yesterday. Habit number 3, walk after you eat. Now, here's one habit that almost nobody talks about, and it costs absolutely nothing: a short walk after meals. Notice I didn't say a 5-mile hike or joining a gym. I'm talking about 10 to 20 minutes of comfortable walking. Why? Because movement sends an important message to your body. Use this energy. Keep these muscles active. Keep blood flowing. After meals, light walking can support healthy blood sugar regulation and digestion for many people. It also helps maintain mobility, balance, and cardiovascular fitness over time. One of my favorite sayings is this: motion tells the body that it's still needed. The body responds remarkably well to being used. When muscles work, the body invests in keeping them. When joints move, they often stay more comfortable. When circulation improves, every tissue benefits. The bank account analogy. Think of your health like a retirement savings account. Every healthy meal, one deposit; every walk, another deposit; every good night's sleep, another deposit; every glass of water, another. None of them seem impressive on their own, but after 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, those deposits become the difference between simply getting older and aging well. The habit that changes everything. People often ask me, "Doctor, what's the best anti-aging supplement?" They're usually surprised by my answer, because instead of naming a bottle, I ask them another question: how many minutes did you move yesterday? Movement is one of the closest things we have to a whole body medicine. It benefits your muscles, your heart, your lungs, your brain, your mood, your balance, and yes, even your skin. Not because walking directly creates collagen, but because a healthier body provides a healthier environment for every repair process. I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite way to stay active? Is it a morning walk, gardening, dancing, swimming, cycling, or maybe chasing after your grandchildren? Share it in the comments. You might inspire someone else who's wondering where to begin. And if this video has already taught you something new, don't forget to press like. It really helps this community grow and allows more adults over 60 to discover evidence-informed health information instead of misleading miracle cures. So far, we've talked about movement, nutrition, protein, hydration, inflammation, and supporting your body's natural repair systems. But we've saved one of the most powerful habits for last. It's something you do every single night. In fact, you spend nearly 1/3 of your life doing it. Yet millions of adults underestimate how important it is for healthy aging. In the final part, I'll explain why sleep may be one of the most underrated repair tools your body has, reveal the number one mindset shared by many of the healthiest older adults I've met, and leave you with a simple message that could completely change the way you think about growing older. We've reached the final part of today's journey, and if you've stayed with me this long, I want to thank you, because it tells me something about you. It tells me you haven't given up on your health. You still believe your body deserves care. And that mindset alone is more powerful than you might realize. Throughout this video, we've talked about helping your body's natural repair systems. We've discussed movement, protein, hydration, vitamin C, colorful foods, reducing the silent fire of chronic inflammation. But now we're going to talk about the habit that ties all of them together, the one your body depends on every single day, even though you barely notice it's happening. Habit number 2, give your body time to do its repair work. Imagine you're renovating your home. Every evening, a team of skilled builders arrives. They repair cracked walls, replace broken tiles, fix leaking pipes, strengthen weak beams, but every single night, just 30 minutes after they begin, someone tells them to stop and go home. How long would it take to finish the renovation? Probably forever. That's exactly what poor sleep can feel like for your body. Your body performs much of its maintenance and recovery while you sleep. Hormones involved in tissue repair are released, memories are consolidated, muscles recover from daily activity, and many essential biological processes take place. If sleep is regularly interrupted or too short, your body simply has less opportunity to complete those tasks. Why so many people struggle after 60. One of the most common things I hear is this: Doctor, I can fall asleep just fine, but I wake up at 3 o'clock every morning. If that sounds familiar, you're certainly not alone. As we age, our sleep patterns naturally change. Many older adults experience lighter sleep. Some wake more often during the night. Certain medications, chronic pain, sleep apnea, anxiety, or needing to use the bathroom can also affect sleep quality. That's why I encourage people not to accept poor sleep as just part of getting older. If you're regularly waking exhausted, snoring heavily, stopping breathing during sleep, or feeling excessively sleepy during the day, it's worth discussing those symptoms with your healthcare provider. Sometimes improving sleep isn't about trying harder. Sometimes it's about identifying a treatable cause. A simple evening reset. People often ask me, Doctor, what's the perfect bedtime routine? Honestly, there isn't one. But there are a few habits that consistently help many people. Try finishing large meals at least a couple of hours before bed, dim bright lights during the evening, reduce time on phones or tablets before sleep if possible, keep your bedroom cool, quiet, and comfortable. Wake up at roughly the same time every morning, even on weekends. These aren't glamorous tips, they're not expensive, but they're supported by decades of sleep research. And remember, you don't need perfect sleep every night. You simply want to make good sleep more likely. Habit number 1, stop waiting for motivation. Now, we've arrived at the final habit, and this one surprised many of my patients because it has nothing to do with food or vitamins or exercise. It has everything to do with how you think. Here's the truth. Most people wait until they feel motivated before they make a healthy choice, but the healthiest older adults I've met don't rely on motivation. They rely on routine. Think about brushing your teeth. You probably don't wake up every morning feeling inspired to brush them. You simply do it. Healthy aging works the same way. The goal isn't to wake up excited to exercise every day. The goal is to build habits that happen almost automatically, because motivation comes and goes. Routine stays. The garden lesson. Years ago, one of my patients invited me to see his vegetable garden. He was 82 years old. The tomatoes were incredible. The flowers were beautiful. Everything looked healthy. I asked him, "What's your secret?" He laughed. "There isn't one. I just take care of it every day." Not once a month, not when he felt motivated. Every day, a little water, pull a few weeds, check the soil. That's exactly how our bodies respond. Healthy aging isn't built in one extraordinary weekend. It's built in ordinary Tuesdays, ordinary Wednesdays, ordinary Thursdays, one healthy breakfast, one walk, one good night's sleep, one extra serving of vegetables. Repeat it again and again and again. The most important question, instead of asking, how can I look 20 years younger? Try asking, how can I feel stronger 1 year from now? That question changes everything, because healthy aging isn't about chasing youth. It's about protecting what matters. Your ability to travel, to play with your grandchildren, to climb stairs confidently, to carry groceries, to enjoy retirement, to remain independent. Those are the victories that truly matter. Before we finish, I want to tell you about Helen. She was 79. When she first came to see me, she wasn't looking for anti-aging advice. She simply wanted enough energy to attend her granddaughter's wedding. That's all. We didn't overhaul her life overnight. She started walking for 15 minutes each morning. She added more protein to breakfast. She drank more water. She improved her sleep routine. She cooked one extra meal at home each week. 6 months later, she sent me a photograph. There she was, standing on the dance floor, smiling from ear to ear. The message underneath the photo simply read, "I danced every song." That is healthy aging. Not turning back the clock, but making the most of the time we have. Habit number 7, start your morning with gentle movement before reaching for your phone. Habit number 6, eat a protein-rich breakfast to support muscle and tissue repair. Check habit number 5, include vitamin C-rich fruits and vegetables as part of a balanced diet. Check habit number 4, build meals around whole, minimally processed foods to support your body's natural inflammatory balance. Habit number 3, take a short walk after meals whenever you can. Habit number 2, protect your body's overnight repair process by making quality sleep a priority. Habit number 1, build routines instead of waiting for motivation. None of these habits are flashy, None promise miracles, but together, they create something much more valuable, a body that's better supported to age with strength, resilience, and independence. Before you leave, I'd love to hear from you. Which of today's 7 habits are you going to start this week? Will it be walking after meals, eating more protein at breakfast, drinking more water, improving your sleep, or simply building one healthier daily routine? Share your answer in the comments below. Your story might encourage someone else who is just beginning their own healthy aging journey. And if you found today's video helpful, please take a moment to like it. It helps YouTube recommend these evidence-informed videos to more adults over 60 who want trustworthy health information, not empty promises. If you're new to the Dr. Richard channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Every week, we explore practical, science-based strategies to support healthy aging, stronger muscles, a healthier heart, better brain function, balanced blood sugar, healthier kidneys, and a longer, more active life. I'll leave you with one final thought. Your body has been taking care of you since the day you were born. It's carried you through decades of work, family, challenges, victories, and memories. It may not recover as quickly as it once did, but it has never stopped trying. Every healthy choice you make today is a way of saying thank you to the body that has carried you this far. I'm Dr. Richard. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take good care of yourself, keep moving, keep learning, and remember, healthy aging isn't about adding more years to your life. It's about adding more life to your years. I'll see you in the next video.